All the way in the beginning of my art career, the first year, I was full of dreams. I knew exactly what I wanted. The dream was there. I wanted to make crazy art, amazing art, make a living from that, doing what I love. And what happens in that first year? You stumble upon things like Patreon, a subscription service where people would support artists on a monthly basis doing what they love. And so I was immediately sold. I saw it in front of me. People supporting me, getting that passive income stream coming in on a monthly basis, and I would just make art in return. And so immediately I started pursuing this heavily. I started building my social media following. I started making art, spreading the message, getting myself out there. And at 1,000 follower mark, something like that, after that first year, I was ready. I was ready to launch the first project, Patreon, Kickstarter, whatever it would be at the time. And so I started putting in the work. I started preparing this launch. I was coming up with the best captions, the best descriptions that would entice people to click on those services, to read them, to then be enticed to actually support that page. And I was coming up with thumbnails that would do the same thing, be enticing enough for people to click, to make sure that people wanted to be part of that community. And above all, I was trying to make something that was never done before. I was trying to make something that was so original and so unique that people would just fall in love with it immediately. And after months of brainstorming, thinking about all the small details, I was ready to launch, and so I launched. And what happened after the first month, it became an immediate hit. Immediate hit. Thousands of euros coming my way, except for the fact that that didn't happen, and nobody bought anything. Nobody wanted to support me. Nobody was part of that community. There was no community. And so I was devastated, a very depressing moment. And this is something that happens with a lot of artists. They build up towards this dream, then they launch, and it completely flops, it completely fails. And looking back now, 8 years later, being a full-time artist, making a living from my art, doing what I love, it's very obvious why it failed. There were a couple of key, simple, basic strategies that I simply didn't understand. And so in this video, I want to go over two basics, two simple ideas that you have to get right in order to make a Patreon page, a Patreon account, a Patreon community, a complete and utter success. And so the first unforgivable mistake that I made as an artist on Patreon, on anything that I would have tried at that time, was that I tried to be extremely original, extremely unique, and tried to do something that was never done before. Tried to do something that would be revolutionary, or I was trying to be some kind of avant-garde artist that was pushing the boundaries forward, because that's what I thought artists should be doing. I thought that that was the true calling of an artist. And the reality is that you cannot sell a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. You cannot invent your own problem and then make money on top of that, because nobody has that problem. And so this is a very simple idea, but I didn't understand it at the time. And when you think about it, it's very simple, but it's also extremely profound and extremely complex to understand. So let me give you an example. Let's say that we have an imaginary artist here, John. He's a painter. And objectively speaking, he is one of the best painters in the world. And what he does is he makes rice cake paintings. And to make this story complete, he also has 30,000 subscribers on YouTube who are watching him making rice cake paintings, and he's doing great. He's doing amazing. And so let's say that this artist, John, opens a Patreon account where he sells art prints on a monthly basis of rice cakes. Now, in this particular example, John, who is a very good artist, who has a lot of subscribers on YouTube, will have 0 Patreon supporters. Nothing. And the reason for this is not because John is not a good painter. It's not because John doesn't have a skill that is amazing. No, it's because nobody in the world is searching for rice cake paintings. If you look on Google, the biggest search engine in the world, and you type in rice cake paintings and see how many people are searching for that, it's 0 searches a month. This is a problem that doesn't exist, that John is trying to solve. And so no matter how good John is, this Patreon account will simply fail. And then you might say, well, Dries, this John has 30,000 subscribers on YouTube who are watching him making rice cake paintings. Doesn't that mean that this problem exists? Doesn't this mean that there's a market for this because there are 30,000 subscribers watching him on YouTube? Well, No, because if you would take a closer look, you would see that John is not selling any rice cake paintings. People are watching him on YouTube making rice cake paintings. And so what we have there is that there is an existing problem, namely people who cannot paint and want to learn how to paint, and they see that John is really good at painting rice cakes, and so they want to learn from John his skill. That's the existing problem. And so if this imaginary artist John would have created in-depth tutorials on Patreon where he goes into every single detail on creating his rice cake paintings, this would have worked. People would have supported him, and people would have wanted to pay a monthly subscription fee to learn from him and then become a better painter. And so this is the first major problem that approximately all beginner artists fall into. And then we arrive at the second problem that I had when it came to creating a Patreon account that would make me tons of money passively on a monthly basis. And that is that I did not know how much subscribers you needed, how much followers you needed for something like this to work. And I didn't know how important this aspect of the whole business plan was. Here's the thing, when you are doing a project like this, there are hundreds of things that you need to be doing. You need to think about the captions, you need to do the copy, you need to do the design elements, you come up with the thumbnails that need to be enticing, that people want to click on, that people want to know more about. Then you need to take the pictures, then you need to edit those pictures, then you need to do the videos, then you need to edit those videos, then you also need to do customer support, you have to come up with a business plan, you have to do the research and development and create the offers and services and products, etc, etc, etc. And when you are a beginner, it is very easy to fall into the trap of thinking that all of those elements are very important and that you should do all of those elements to make your project a success. And this is simply not true. In every project, there are one or two things that are more important and will have a bigger impact than all of the other things that you could be doing combined. I recently read a story in Say What You Mean by Oren J. Sofra about a meditation teacher that was doing a workshop in prison, and when he arrived in the prison and talked to a very small group of prisoners, the first thing that he asked was, how long do all of you combined have to sit in prison until you are released? And the answer, or the total sum of all the years that they had to sit in prison, was over 100 years. And then the meditation teacher asked a follow-up question, and he asked, how long did it take all of you combined to commit the crimes that resulted in you being here? And the total sum was a couple of minutes. And so this clearly shows how a couple of minutes in your life can have such a big impact that it literally determines 80% of the outcome in your life. And so it's clear to see that these couple of minutes were extremely important in the lives of these inmates. And this is not just true in life, this is true in everything, including in your business and project that you are going to release. And so when it comes to creating a successful Patreon community, there are two elements that will have such a big impact that combined, they will determine 80% of the outcome of your project. And the first one is the one that we already talked about, namely creating a solution for an existing problem instead of inventing your own problem and then creating a solution for that. And the second one is making sure that the size of your die-hard true fans is big enough. No matter what you do, no matter how talented you are, no matter how important the problem is that you are solving, a problem that also exists, if you only have 500 subscribers and that's it, then your project will fail no matter what. Why? Because you don't have enough traffic that you can drive towards that project. And so the project will be consuming way too much time compared to the amount of sales that it will generate because of the size of your audience. And so this was one of the problems that I was facing as a beginner artist. After the first year, I only had 1,000 followers or something, and those followers, I didn't have the best relationship with them. And so no matter what project that I would start and no matter what project that I would launch, it was doomed to fail because of that one element that I didn't got right. And so what I would recommend is that you have 20k subscribers on YouTube or 50,000 followers on Instagram before you even start thinking about a project of this scale. Because if you have less than that, the chances are that the time that you will need to invest in your Patreon is going to be way too much compared to the results that you will get out of it. And so now that you know the two main pitfalls, it's time that we start talking about what you should be doing to make your Patreon a huge, big success. And whenever we are trying to make something really successful, what we should be doing is looking at the best artists out there and then learning from the best. And so ideally, we should go through 5 super extremely successful Patreon pages and then analyze why it works so well, analyze which strategies that they are using to make it such a success so that we can then copy paste those strategies for our own projects, strategies that already have proof of work, so that we can then increase the chances of our own projects to be a major success. But doing that would be another 10 minutes and frankly a completely different video, and so I'm very sorry, but we are not going to do that, predominantly because I already did in another video. It's called 5 Artists on Patreon, how to make money on Patreon as an artist. I will link it up in the description and in the end screen. That said, get the hell out of here.